Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful, or something like that. Yeah, we smelt fear in the markets as Bitcoin collapsed, taking everything down with it yesterday. The rising sun of cryptocurrency fell, and with a snap of the fingers, darkness took over. And I just want to remind you, dawn always returns, and so does that light, because it's time for Chico Crypto. Most will be turning bearish right about now, especially if we've continued to dip. I shoot these videos 24 hours in advance, so I don't know. But that doesn't matter to me. Up or down, I'm a fundamentalist who looks for opportunities even in the falling markets. Although I won't short because I like crypto and I want it to succeed and don't like making money on something that is made to hurt asset prices. So I'm sure some of you are asking the question, how in the heck do you make money in falling markets if you're not shorting with leverage or using options? Well, you find the hype projects who are giving away their cryptocurrency for free through an airdrop. And before we find out what this one is, we need to understand why I think this one could be successful. So Ethereum, it needs scaled. It needs some layers to alleviate the pressure on its main chain. That is why you have seen some of those who are pushing that narrative, the help, even if they're really not there to help, pushing up in price. BSC, it moved up significantly. Using the Wayback Machine at the beginning of December, it was sitting at spot number 10 on CoinGecko and just a $4 billion market cap. Binance since December has only gained over $36 billion in market cap, up to the number 3 spot, and many of its dApps pushed up as well following a similar pattern, especially if it was a swapper, including its most popular one, Pancakeswap. Pancakeswap at the beginning of December was sitting at spot number 251 on CoinGecko at just an over $28 million market cap. Today it's ranked number 52 in a $1.683 billion market cap. Much wow, such gains for the Binance ecosystem holders, but Chico doesn't want no part of that, as with BSC, it's as centralized as it gets, with one entity controlling all the nodes. But that does show a pattern, a narrative that could outflow into other projects who hold more decentralization. xDai is one of those, and it broke out as Binance broke out last week. But there are still some weird things going on with xDai that I don't necessarily like. They are becoming very friendly with BSC, officially completing a bridge to their chain last week. And in xDai documentation, they now fully promote the bridge with an example of tokens that can be bridged. Tether USDT. What in the freak is going on? Why Tether when you are xDai? Where is the DAI? We know Binance loves Tether, not DAI. I'm still hodling my xDai, but it's getting close to losing its grip. And this begins to lead us into that airdrop. So I'm eyeing other layers that are not about ready to just bend the knee right away. Their bridge is focused on helping Ethereum first, not bridging right away to BSC. And Avalanche-Ethereum is one of those that hasn't bent the knee yet. And I have been eyeing them because of that. And just like BSC, since December, it has been moving and a-grooving. December 1st, AVAX was ranked number 116 on CoinGecko. Today it has moved up significantly to rank number 37. And now is the opportunity to obtain the big swapper for Avalanche, the Pangolin Exchange, Mickey and Randy like. Of course, this comes from an airdrop. As we can see from their token distribution breakdown, 100% of the tokens are going to the community, 95% through liquidity mining, and the initial 5% through an airdrop. Into the airdrop information, the team said the airdrop allocation will be distributed on the basis of ownership of Uni and Sushi. In order to claim the PNG in the airdrop, Uni and Sushi holders that had tokens on December 7th, 2020 will need to call withdraw on a distribution contract. This transaction must be from the same address that holds Uni and Sushi on Ethereum and must be sent within 1 month of Pangolin's launch, with the steps to claim below. The days are counting down. You have 1 month left to claim, and many of us received that Uni airdrop and we held, which means those wallets are eligible eligible for the Pangolin Airdrop. Many of us use Sushi by December 7th. Those wallets are eligible too. So since that's true, I'm going to go through and show how to claim initially this drop. Not everything. Since the Ethereum gas fees are high, you may want to wait until the gas fees are reasonable to do everything, especially if your claim of PNG isn't that many tokens. The example I'm showing today is for a wallet with 418 UNI tokens held there. So the first thing you need to do is add the Avalanche network to Metamask. It's easy to do. Just click the networks at the top, scroll down to custom RPC, and enter the Avalanche data in each respective box in Metamask. Click save and you should be switched to the Avalanche network. And make sure you are connected to the wallet that held the Uni or Sushi. Now we're going to go to the Pangolin Exchange, and of course links and instructions for everything are below. Once you're there and you're on the Avalanche network and connected to the wallet with the Uni, you need to click Airdrop, and then it should read how many you are able to claim. For this wallet, which had 418 UNI, it gets 79 PNG tokens. But as you can see, to be able to claim them, you need an actual Sushi or UNI token on the Avalanche network. The UNI we have are still over on Ethereum. So to claim, we need to get at least one in the wallet on the Avalanche network. And to do this, you need to use the bridge, the Avalanche-Ethereum Bridge. But holy smackerel, the fees, like I said, some of you may want to wait. To do this, you need to switch back to the Ethereum network if you want to go from Ethereum to Avalanche, and then back at the bridge, switching to 1 UNI to transfer to ourselves. The bridge fee is over 0.13 of an ETH, or $226. Yikes. So what to do? Well, I decided to take a position in Pangolin right now, not just an airdrop, but a solid altcoin position. The larger the trade, the less of an impact on the high gas fees right now. I see the narrative of BSC and its Pancakeswap. Thus, I think for a better, more decentralized version of Pangolin, it might start moving. Thus, I'm getting a position. Especially when you check out the stats. Liquidity and volume have been surging since the launch. Over 200 million in liquidity and over 35 million in swapping volume. Pangolin is gaining steam and gaining steam quick. So, crossing the bridge and getting into Pangolin, a large position. What would be the easiest way of doing that? Well, using the Token Explorer for the exchange, we can see the top liquidity and volume pool is the PNG wrapped AVAX pool. Thus, the route I'm taking is wrapping my Ether, my liquidity, sending it across the bridge, swapping the wrapped Ether for AVAX, and then making the Pangolin trade through that pool. But you need that little bit of AVAX first for fees before you can make a trade. Maybe a friend can help you out that holds some and send it to your wallet, but the only other way is to get it from a centralized exchange. No matter what, you need a small amount of tokens for the fees. They should have a faucet, just a recommendation, Avalanche. Now that you have some AVAX in that wallet on the Avalanche network, you can use the Pangolin Exchange to swap around however you like, from Ether to AVAX first, then to Pangolin, or just straight through from wrapped Ether to Pangolin. And then if this is the wallet that can claim the airdrop for holding the Uni or Sushi, all you need to do now is take some wrapped Ether, AVAX, or Pangolin and swap it for that 1 Uni or Sushi on the Avalanche chain, and you can claim the airdrop. Or if you don't have the liquidity to take a large position and pay those fees to cross the bridge, but you can claim, you better wait for better gas prices. That's all you can do, as it's expensive to cross the bridge no matter who you use, Avalanche, xDai, or BSC. So if you're going to do this, understand what to do by reading the full instructions below, and understand there are risks. But we here at Chico, we spot those narratives. We understand that even in downturns, there are opportunities in crypto, airdrops, exchanges, swapping. It's all ramping up. But we here at Chico try to make doing a backflip from that ramp as easy as possible. Cheers. I'll see you next time.